Welcome back everyone, my name is Lee from Lee's Kitchen. Today, I'm going to show you what you can do with all these lemons. We're going to make 3 recipes. We're going to make some lemon cordial, we're going to make lemon curd, and we're also going to make a lemon curd cake. So I have some lemons to use up, so I'm going to make 3 different recipes today. So firstly, I'm going to make a delicious lemon curd. Then secondly, I'm going to make a Belgian lemon tea cake that uses that lemon curd. Then we're also going to make a sugar-free lemon cordial. I'm going to show you how easy they all are. These recipes are so easy to do, and anyone can do this. So with the actual lemon juice, there is a few ways that you can actually preserve it. So firstly, you can can lemon juice. The issue there is once you heat lemon juice, all the vitamin C in that will actually diminish. So there's no point in actually having fresh lemon juice when all that vitamin C is being killed in it. So I like to pour my lemon juice into ice trays and then put that into the freezer, let that freeze, and then you just take out cubes just as you need them. Same with the zest. The zest freezes perfectly, and rather than going to the supermarket and using a lemon just for the zest, you've got all that zest already in the freezer, and it comes out the freezer just as good as it went in. So firstly, we're going to make the lemon curd.
Lemon curd is so easy to do. So we've got 2 large lemons here. We're going to use the rind and the juice from these. I've got 80 grams of chopped unsalted butter here. Then I've got 3/4 cup of sugar. I'm using a sugar replacement today. You can use normal sugar if you want. And then we're going to need 2 full eggs and 2 egg yolks. So firstly, I'm going to put the sugar replacement. Now 2 full eggs. And 2 egg yolks into our pot. With the egg whites, these freeze perfectly, so don't throw them out. Get them into the freezer, and you can use them for something else. Then we're going to zest our lemons. Give this a quick stir. Then we're going to add the juice of our lemons. And these lemons are so big, I'm going to have to quarter these. Alright, let's get this into the stove now, heating on a very low heat. And then we're just going to keep just stirring this as it thickens. Now, if you want to play it safe, you could do this on a double boil if you really wanted to, but as long as you're keeping your heat very low, you're not going to have any issues. And you just want to make sure you're just constantly just stirring as well. So now this is thickened right up. Now we can start dropping our cold butter in a little bit at a time. And we're just going to stir that in. Now we just want to constantly just stir it until all that butter has all been combined. Small normal chunks in it. Look at that. So good. At this time, you could adjust your lemon a little bit, or even your sugar. Let's try a little bit. And I think that is just perfect, so I'm going to leave it as is. And then next, I'm going to show you how we store this and what I'm going to use it for in the cake. So with my lemon curd, what I'm going to do is, with the leftovers, I'm going to put it into a freezer-proof container, and I'm going to freeze mine. And it freezes perfectly, and I'm going to save it for a special occasion when the family comes down, and I'm going to share it with them. If you want to can this, you can also can it, but there is an actual canning recipe for it, and you have to follow that, and you can't change any sugar, and you have to use store-bought lemon juice. So that's why I opted not to can it. As well, it only stores for about 6 months, and then it starts to change color, so that's not something I really want, so that's why I opted to freeze it. So now we're going to make the Belgian lemon tea cake, and it is so easy. So what you're going to need is a cup of plain flour, 1 egg, 60 grams of softened butter, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, then half a cup of sugar, and then I also add a cup of shredded coconut to this. Not in the recipe, but I like to add coconut into it as well. And then also they have a recipe for some lemon curd. I've already made some, so we don't need to do that. And it's so easy. So now I've got a mini food processor here. So now we're going to just add everything into the food processor. And we are just going to blend it all together. It's easy as that. As I said, the coconut's not in the recipe, but I like coconut. If you don't, you completely leave it out. I've also got my oven preheating to 180 degrees Celsius or 355 degrees Fahrenheit. And our sweetener or sugar. Add just a touch of salt. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now softened butter. And now egg. And now we're just going to blend this to a soft crumb. Alright, so I've just blended this up to a soft dough. You can see it's not really come together or anything like that. That's perfect. So what I've got here is a tart shell, and I've just lined the bottom there. And we're going to pour 2/3 of this into the bottom here. And we're just going to push that in, and then we're going to reserve the other third for the topping. Alright, so after we've got some good coverage on that, now we're going to pour some of that delicious lemon curd onto the top there. Now I'm just going to pour a good layer of this lemon curd on top. And then with the remaining crumb, it's going to crumble on top, so don't need to pat it down or anything. Now I'm going to bake this in the oven for about 30 minutes until it's lightly brown. So I've just pulled this out the oven. We're going to let it cool down completely, and then we're going to slice it up. It's a little browner than I want it to be, but it'll be more than fine. Alright, so let's give this a go. I've made this a few times and I absolutely love this. It'd go great with some cream, but I'm out of cream at the moment.
It is so good. It is so simple to make. So now we're going to make the lemon cordial, and it is so easy. So for this recipe, you're gonna need 150 mils of lemon juice. You're gonna need 90 grams of sugar or sweetener. You're gonna need 600 mils of hot water. And then for each recipe, you're gonna need a teaspoon of citric acid. The first thing we're gonna do is bring 600 mils of water to a boil. And then we're gonna add our sweetener. So you could use sugar. I'm using a sweetener. And we're gonna add 90 grams to that, and we're gonna dissolve that into that water. So that's what I've already done so far, just to kill time a little bit. I'm also gonna dissolve in my citric acid. So I've got 2 teaspoons here. I'm gonna stir that in, and then I'm gonna let it cool completely before we go on to the next step.
That's all dissolved and cool now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour it into a serving container. So I'm going to use this serving container. And then I've juiced all my lemon juice. I'm going to add that as well. Give it a stir. And then we put the lid on. Homemade lemon cordial. So I've just got some ice in a glass. Then we're going to add some of our lemon cordial. It's about there. And then we're going to add some cold water. Let's give it a go.
So refreshing, and only made with a few simple ingredients. So you can make this at home as well if you've got leftover lemons. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a good old like. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.